everybody. It's been a week, and now it's time for episode 3 of our foray into the Dark Rites of Arkham. Should be fun. Let me just get the links so that I can send it to my Discord, and we'll start. 1 second. Got it. Wait. Dang it. Right. Arkham. There we go. Oh wait, is this episode? Oh, this is episode 4, right? Okay, well, everybody forgive me, this is our 4th. So, let me correct that when I can, but until then, see if I can find my live link. Ask him, of course. That might be the reason why. Yep, we got it. Okay, copy that link. So, as far as I remember, we got through to the first witch that we needed to. I think we could choose which witch to go to. We chose one. I forgot her name. It was pretty plain of a name. But the next one, we can also choose. I think there are 2 new locations we haven't been to. And we'll decide where to go from there. Post this one more time on the second place I post, and there we go. We're ready. So, adjust the window here, and let's go. Okay, so we have now dealt with witch number 1. Yeah, okay, we've read that. We saved this guy. I think he was getting haunted by that witch. I think he lived in a... Oh, that's right. He lived in an apartment building that the witch sort of... the witch visited him every night and put him in a lot of uncomfortable positions. So it's good that we saved him. Anyways, next, oh right, the monolith. I'm guessing this one's last, so maybe there's not a big choice. So we've got Hoffman Street, we've got, this is where we are right now, Abigail Revel. That might be the witch that we need to check first. But I'm sort of wondering what Hoffman Street is, so let me just remind myself. Ah yes, okay, no, we've been here. And we probably don't need to go. So let's go here. Hey, what's up, Dan? How you doing? Madame Lavinia, also known as Abigail Revel. A witch out of her own time and a bank robber on the side. Hey, what's up, Turho? How you doing? Let's see if she's home. let me just check if I'm getting heard here. Check, check. Check, check, check. Is my mic? Yes, it is. Okay. At least it's reading on OBS. All right. So, creeper. We might need to use that to climb or something. Let's check this poster. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Churro. Strength, purity, and performance. Choose Victory Oil. Let's talk to our partner. This alley smells like urine and dampness. Still, it smells better than precinct bathrooms. Well, there you go. Madame Lavinia, fortune teller, palm reading, tarot, and tea leaf divination. Hard to buy this hokum, but we're looking for a witch who came from the past through a magic portal. That's right. So, before we go in that door, let's check the windows. There's light inside. The witch is at home. Alright. Creeper. This alley's humid as hell. No wonder this kind of plant thrives here. Okay. Gutter. It won't stop dripping. Alright, well, now that we know all that, let's knock on the door. Hopefully we don't get a horrific portrait view. Madame Lavinia. Can you imagine her asking who's calling? Some fortune teller, huh? I've always wanted to say that. Abigail Revel, Arkham Police. That's probably not a great... Yeah. Why'd you tell her we're police? Leave it to me. Oh, man. It's locked. I think we should get a warrant. A warrant? Seriously? There's your warrant. Yeah, see, he's the loose cannon. He's a loose cannon with the heart of gold in this pair. Whoa, holy Jack, damn it. What the fuck is this? A magic barrier. Keziah Mason created one just like it when I chased her into that nightmare place. Don't worry, we have the solution. Oh yeah, that's right, we do. We have this. Boop, boop. Let's see what it does the trick. It worked with Keziah Mason's magic barrier. Yeah! This thing's busted, but we managed to disable the barrier. Let's do this. I'm sure nothing bad will happen. Abigail Revel. There's no one here. I'll see if I can find the light switch. Probably won't recommend you going too far. Okay, that worked. The only way out is that door. However, there's a curtain. I noticed something in the air. Me too, as if she were here. Hello, Squatch. Happy Easter Passover, yes. Happy Easter Passover to you too. Glad to see you here. Watching us. Alright, so we got a curtain. That's obviously important. Hope everybody's doing okay. Let's see, poster. This line of work's full of quacks. Never thought there'd be a real witch among them. Oh yeah, absolutely. Lovecraft, if there's a room with only one door out, there are probably at least 4 ways out. Probably more. Probably doors we don't even understand. And if we did understand, we'd probably go nuts. Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Alright, never thought there'd be a real witch among them. Alright, so we've got a crystal ball, we got, basically we're going to click all these hotspots. Crystal ball. How'd you like to know the future? To be honest, I'd say no. Knowing it would mean that all your actions are predetermined. Where's free will then? Would you? Absolutely. I'd solve cases the moment the captain handed them to me. Then I'd take the day off, skip pounding the streets of this shithole of a city. And that was probably the wrong inflection for that sentence. Let's talk to our partner. I feel the witch is present. She's here. Okay. Price list. We got... let's check that price list, just in case we want to patronize her services sometime. Seems that witches have to come to this era to make themselves rich. Is it pricey? Sky high. Well, not to mention inflation when you get a certain amount of money. Well, how do you actually convert future money to past money? I don't know. Maybe gold? Euclidean geometry, yes, exactly. Or Hieronymus Bosch's impossible geometry of stairs and stuff. Yeah, stuff like that. Hey, Kevin, good to see you too. Accordion doors, I like that. Alright, let's check the shelf. I'm guessing top shelf is potions, then esoteric books, and finally skulls. I hope they're fake. Alright, so we're hunting a witch. Yeah. I'm saving that curtain for last, but I don't see anything else here. So, curtain. Careful. She could be hiding behind that curtain. I think that's too predictable. No feet showing underneath the curtain, unless she's levitating. Whoa! Did you notice that? Something's emanating from that pentagram. Okay, well, I guess we click it first before we try any of these. What do we have? We got like a gasoline thing, we got some sticks. A flyer made of cardboard. I bet the cardboard part's the important part. Got a punch that I think we've used before. Harvey's notebook. Steel crank. I remember getting that from the bus. The stamp, which I don't see how we're going to use in this game, but whatever. And a brand new letter opener. I think we've used that before. A gun, always handy, and a lighter, always handy. I have a bad feeling about this too. Definitely bad feeling about this. That's sort of why I've been delaying clicking on this. But wait. Nope, that's just all that's happening. Yep, just making sure. All right, we need to do something with that pentagram. But what? Father Iguani, why does that sound very... Is Father Iwaniki from this game? I think it is. I think it might be. I'm not sure though. Could be wrong. What the heck do I do? I guess we can re-click everything. Wait, hold on a second. Crystal ball. No, it's all the same. Let's see. Shelf? Yes. Okay, but interact. Price list? Okay, pentagram. What do we do with pentagrams? We did something before, I think. Well, we could just go down the line and brute force it. I mean, we got some gasoline. Let's check this out. All right, yeah, we got Keziah Mason before. Yeah, that's right. Exactly, yes, Father Iwaniki. Oh, I didn't know he was actually in the Lovecraft story. Well, looks like we've got a scholar on our hands with Squatch today. That's actually quite a an interesting little detail. She has connections to a cult called the Walkers of the New Kingdom. That's not who we're chasing. Abigail Revel. She runs a fortune-telling office. Okay, where's the clues, though? No clues? Alright. Now, if we have a pentagram and that thing is busted, it's not going to work. Yeah. Oh yeah, I need to start doing that too. I love Lovecraftian stories, and I enjoy reading when I have the time. We should think it through. Wait. Maybe that's not a bad thing. I don't want to burn that. Let's not waste time on that. Okay. Hey, look, I'm sane. No. Here's a crank. Need help? Why? Because what you're doing doesn't add up. Yeah, I do actually. Pentagram? Think it'll work? Nope. How about this? Nope. Maybe if we try, forget it. Hey, give me some freaking ideas, Harvey. Maybe if I try enough, Harvey will just sort of feed me hints. But even then, I have an idea that the gutter or the plants outside might be useful. I wouldn't try it if I were you, because it's not going to work. Exactly. Okay. Well, we've tried all that. Yeah, you got nothing else to say. Everything else is not really changing. So let's. Got anything else? No. Creeper? Okay, so it's humid. Won't stop dripping. Sheesh. Let's see. Is this Father Iwaniki? Yes, this is Father Iwaniki, I bet. What do I do? It's humid. If there's anything to do. If it's humid, it's not going to burn. But who knows? Maybe the game maker didn't take that into account. Creeper. Do I need a creeper? It's there for a reason, probably. You should think it through. Need help? Yes, I do. Harvey is tantalizingly sort of teasing like he's got some sort of a hint. Revolver stays put. Only draw when it's necessary. Yes, I'm sure. There's light inside. Okay, light inside now. I am. This perhaps might be a good time, and this is probably the fastest I've gotten to checking a walkthrough. But I kind of want to start moving here, so let's check Abigail Revel. Oh, okay. All right. Apparently we need an amulet that we don't have. Okay. So we need it from somebody named Mary. Did we take care of Mary? Mary Warren? No, we have not. So perhaps it's not the right path yet. Let's go to the monolith. We got branches. That's where we got our item. I really like this screen. I think it's really scenic. In fact, I love everything, like all the art in this game and this game in general. It's really cool. Um, okay, so I think the issue was I need to get on top of the monolith, but Harvey won't help me, won't give me a boost. He's being all weird about it. Into the forest? You know what, we finally called ourselves, we don't need to light a fire, and blah blah blah. Your protocol, Jack. The Grandmaster will be suspicious if we don't follow it. So what? Well, I think we'll accomplish more if we present ourselves as potential followers rather than police officers. Remember who we're looking for. Mary Warren, so what? She's a witch. She's dangerous. Let's play it safe, shall we? Yeah, well then help me up, man. What a waste of time, for God's sake. Okay, monolith. We've laid a fire at the top, so yes, I know. This waterfall's here for a reason. Chilling Tales for Dark Nights YouTube channel? Yeah, I'll check that out too. That sounds like a good thing before bed. I don't mind a little bit of scares. I rather like them. Alright, but there's 3 symbols here. Wow, I feel like I'm a newbie with adventure games now. One second. Okay, so we don't have. So let's go up to where Mary is in this walkthrough. There we go. Okay, we got pamphlets. And then go to monolith. All right, a few other items. We have gasoline. We don't have a ladder. We need a ladder. Where do we get a ladder? Guess we'll find out. But we're not going to find a ladder here, that's for sure. So we'll do it the old-fashioned way. We're gonna look. Art Museum of the Unusual. Hello there, sir. Detectives Foster and Whitman. May we ask you a few questions, Mr. Floyd, Raymond Floyd. Yes, of course. Oh, this is new. Okay, I'm the director of this museum. Is there a problem, detectives? His name Benjamin Marsh, ring a bell. Oh, yes, I remember him for the rest of my life. I understand that the museum had a problem with him. An unfortunate incident that should never have occurred. What happened? We have a gallery dedicated to the mysterious town of Innsmouth. Ah, yes, where the people are all green and related to Dagon in some way. The most outstanding piece in the collection is a figurine bearing the likeness of primeval Cthulhu. It comes from the looting that took place in the town after the feds arrived. A unique piece. What is a primeval? They're deities from the depths of the cosmos. Cthulhu is one of them, worshipped by the entire population of Innsmouth. Go on. Marsh stormed in, claiming that the effigy belonged to his people and shouldn't be displayed in a profane place like this. Oh, we know where he is. I explained the museum had every right to display it, but he wouldn't listen to reason. He made his way to the gallery and smashed the protective glass. I immediately called the police and tried to prevent him from taking it. During the struggle, he stabbed me in the right eye. Oh, Jesus. With one of the statue's spikes. You should be pretty angry about that. You're pretty peaceful about that right now. Left me blind in that eye. Yeah, I can see that. Did you press charges? Are you mad? Benjamin Marsh is a direct descendant of Obed Marsh. Do you know what that means? I don't want any trouble with the marshes. Even after he blinded you? Oh, detective, that's nothing compared to what could happen to me. Okay, did March? Yes, he did. That's what he just said. Oh wait, the police arrived in time to stop him. When I refused to press charges, they decided to confiscate it as evidence, in case I changed my mind. Okay, so we need to go to the evidence room. Harvey? Yes, I see. We have it at the station. We're displaying a replica of this place. It's not ideal, but as we only display originals here, but visitors are fascinated by it. Can we see that figure? Of course, but I already mentioned that it's a replica. You can enter the museum if you wish, always under the supervision of our guide. Since the unfortunate incident I told you about, we have instituted a policy of constant surveillance of our visitors. We won't try anything funny. We're police officers, remember? The museum cannot afford to make any exceptions, Detective. I trust you understand. Where's the music coming from? I thought the music was just part of the game. We've installed an innovative music reproduction system based on a magnetic media and distributed several speakers along the tour route. What you're hearing is a looped playback of Through the Cosmos by Matthew Elm. I wonder if that's an actual piece. It's an ideal piece to set the mood for the visit, don't you think? Yes, I like the ambiance. So the original is... So you don't have the original. Our colleagues took it and it's cataloged as evidence. Exactly. Don't you want it back? That would require charging Benjamin Marsh, and the cure would be worse than the disease. Okay. What's the museum about? I think it's about unusual things, but the Arkham Museum of the Unusual aims to show visitors a reality they are unaware of. We tend to live immersed in a life where superstition has been left behind and scientific reality is imposed on our day-to-day. We try to show, and above all not to forget, that there are unusual and strange facts that exist around us. Alright, we'll take a look around. Make yourselves at home, detectives. Alright. The skull of a member of the fearsome Cho people, natives of the Southeast Asia. So far, no one has been able to see them and come out alive. It is the closest you'll get to them without endangering your physical integrity. Okay, I see that much sought after a treatise on primordial fears caught your attention. I've received tempting offers from Miskatonic University to make it part of their collection. But what better place than here for this cursed book? Single admission 75 cents, monthly pass $2.15. 2% discount for groups. Wow, generous discount. For the price of one ticket, I go to movies 3 times. Jeez. The movies don't offer the same sensations at this museum, nor the ambiance. Okay, museum rules. You don't need to read through all the rules. Simply use common sense. Don't touch anything, behave like adults. Okay, let's check out that bust. Professor Roman Dvorak. Thanks to him, the museum has priceless pieces such as Eric Zahn's cello. It's a pity that he's no longer with us. Painting. It's an early work by famous Arkham painter Richard Upton Pickman. It represents our role in the immensity of the cosmic void. If you are interested in his work, there are several of his originals in the adjoining gallery. Okay, well, is this the gallery? Because that's an exit. Let's go inside. Ooh, this is interesting. Where's that guide? I believe he's coming this way. Hello. Welcome to the Arkham Museum of the Unusual. Please step closer. My name is Horace Chambers, and I will be your guide throughout the tour. If you desire information about any of the pieces on display, I'll be happy to provide it. The tour begins in this room we call the Gallery of the Damned artists. More acquisitions will be coming soon. I wonder if there are like Easter eggs here. Just lots of Lovecraftian Easter eggs. More acquisitions will be coming soon. You can skip the guide's explanations by pressing the escape key. I mean, okay, but I'm here for the lore, man. These 3 disturbing canvases are by the Boston artist Richard Upton Pickman. So, okay, he also drew the thing before. His hyper-realistic strokes and inimitable technique have made him the most celebrated painter in the city. There are certain rumors that insinuate that the impact that these paintings exert on the observer is due to a terrifying fact. This hellish creature exists. Pickman keeps it in his home and uses it as a model. Okay, what was he just talking about? This one? What about the other 2? Are they all the same? Maybe, yeah. All right, so we have that. We've got that's not a hotspot. These aren't hotspots. No. Okay, that's in a hotspot. And we got sculptures. You're looking at the work of a promising young California artist, Clark Ashton Smith, poet, writer, and sculptor of nightmarish figures from lost worlds. The figure is called Inhabitant of the Moon. Some claim that the image of the being came to Smith in his sleep. Did the inhabitants of our satellite revealed their appearance to him through some inconceivable telepathic method? You're looking at the nameless entity. Switch. Man, I'm having trouble with words today. Smith claims to have no memory of sculpting this piece. He simply woke up one morning and this disturbing sculpture was staring back at him from his workbench. Okay, hey Harvey, what do you think of this? Interesting. Okay. Well, hey Horace. Okay, yeah, we know. Let's go. If you would be so kind as to come with me. Whoa. You're in the hall of unusual characters. Here we find those who defied science, or who were at the center of events that would test the sanity of ordinary mortals. Herbert West. Friend of yours? I was part of the raid that arrested him. It was my first assignment after I was posted here. Interesting. So, okay, we got a wax figure, automaton, and we've got a wax figure. Let's talk to Harvey. So you know the guy with the syringe. I just helped arrest him, but I'm fascinated by his scientific achievements. Okay, so we were basically just meant to check all this stuff out. Dr. Herbert West, a modern-day Dr. Frankenstein, better known as the Butcher of Arkham. Obsessed with defeating death, he created a formula that, when injected into corpses, brought them back to life. However, the reanimation came with horrible consequences. The revived ones tended to have an animalistic behavior with homicidal tendencies. West believed this was because the formula was more effective on corpses that were more recent. He began to indiscriminately desecrate graves in the Christchurch Cemetery, which led to his arrest by the authorities. What happened to all those revived corpses? They were put down. But it is believed that those who escaped still roam Arkham. Oh, that's nice and settling. Sort of a nice premise for a Resident Evil type game. Perhaps. Yes, okay. Okay, this is where I can press it. Okay. Wax figure. I hope there's a ladder here. The case of Dr. Munoz is the perfect example to illustrate this room. He contracted a severe illness in his native Barcelona. Years later, he settled in a small room in a New York boarding house. He had installed an ammonia-based cooling system that kept the room at a very low temperature in order to control his illness. However, when he saw his body begin to deteriorate with an unusual speed due to a failure in the cooling system, Munoz asked the other tenants for help. He asked them for huge quantities of ice, knowing that all the stores would be closed by that hour. When they returned, they found no trace of Munoz except for a viscous puddle in the middle of the room. The doctor had left a hastily written letter. Munoz had been dead for 18 years. He had kept himself alive thanks to the cold air that preserved his tissues. Interesting. So maybe this guy was related to this guy in some way? Maybe not. Not sure when their chronologies line up. Let's check out this automaton. Erich Zahn was a virtuoso German cellist who lived in seclusion in a garret on Rue d'Orsay in Paris. Yeah, forgive my French pronunciation. Every night, the tenants of the boarding house heard strange and frantic music playing compulsively coming from Zahn's room. One of them befriended the musician and witnessed some terrifying events. According to his account, Zahn was stalked every night by a strange, gigantic creature that only his ghostly music kept at bay. Upon witnessing these events, the man fled out of the building and reported the incident to the guard. Unfortunately, they did not find Erich Zahn. In fact, they couldn't even find the Rue d'Orsay. Interesting. Wow, this place is big. With the recent discovery of the 9th planet in our solar system, Pluto, we have turned our eyes to the stars. Oh, this is so accurate. I remember when, well, I don't remember, but I remember reading about how Pluto was sort of a cool new thing back around this time. It has made us realize that we are just a speck of dust in the cosmos. We are unaware of the mysteries and dangers that await us on those worlds. Oh yeah, I wouldn't recommend landing on some of them. Just as we do not know that there are other worlds that are not aligned with our plane of existence. Expand your mind and get to know the other realities. Alright. 1 second. Let me just write down something here. Just a second. Okay, got it. Okay, so let's check. So we got a showcase, we got a painting, portrait. A lot of floating planets that aren't useful, and another painting, and a press article. The Earth is constantly bombarded by meteorites. Yeah, I got a meteorite myself, actually. Here you can delight in admiring a select collection of fragments from other worlds. It is the closest contact that humankind can have with the immensity of the cosmos. Do you believe life exists on other planets? There are millions of worlds out there. Oh, there are more than that, I think. Statistically, there must be, don't you think? But I think this is before they learned about galaxies. I think that they all thought that it was just stars, that we just lived in a big old galaxy, and that was the universe. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. In certain astronomical circles, there is talk of the existence of the dark and mysterious planet Yuggoth. Oh, okay. Located in the far reaches of our solar system. Several writings claim it is inhabited by Migo, an alien race of fungi that can travel through the cosmos. Sentient fungi. Or maybe not. Maybe they travel without being sentient. What you are looking at is a depiction of its surface by French painter Antoine Girard, who is clearly painting from experience. Press article in July 1931 in the Astrophysical Society of America's Journal. Signed by the prestigious astronomer Julius Tillinghast. The text offers a series of arguments claiming that the newly discovered planet Pluto is actually Yuggoth. Tillinghast warns of the dangers of this planet and suggests that research on it be halted. He points out that future contact with Pluto can be devastating to the fate of mankind. This stone was found at the bottom of the Miles Standish State Forest swamp. It was part of a meteorite that originated on the planet Pluto? I find that quite unlikely. I think we might have some like Martian stones that might have transferred to Earth, but even that's just so rare. There's no way. Scientists were amazed to find that despite stellar erosion, there were unnatural carvings visible on the rock. The rock could be part of an artificial structure on Pluto. In other words, the ninth planet of our solar system is or was inhabited. This is the first material of evidence of extraterrestrial life. Amazed? Planet Pluto, the ninth in our solar system, discovered 3 years ago by astronomer Clyde William Tombaugh, has fueled theories and expectations about the existence of extraterrestrial life. If you look down at the display case, you'll see that these theories are supported by irrefutable evidence. Randolph Carter. This young man claims to have travel to strange worlds without moving from the spot through his dreams. I think that's what we all do in our dreams. The accounts of his travels to the unknown Kadath, or dangerous Delothleen, are so detailed and realistic that some have dismissed their being mere invention. Carter is scheduled to undergo an exhaustive scientific examination next month by Miskatonic University in order to confirm his claims. The Innsmouth room, that might be interesting, and also a curtain. Let's try the curtain first. Or press. Have we tried the press article? I think we might have. Oh yeah, we did. Okay. Well, let's go in. What's in there? In 1927, hundreds of witnesses saw an anomaly directly above the Empire State Building in New York. From their statements, it was deduced to be a dimensional breach. Yeah, Innsmouth room is a good way to be eaten by a giant fish or or maybe a squid or something in between. Innsmouth is a bad idea to visit. From their statements, it was deduced to be a dimensional breach. There were witnesses who could see through it a point in the cosmos that did not correspond to our own. What you'll see behind that curtain is a recreation of what happened that day. It was created by Willis O'Brien, who was in charge of the special effects for the hit movie King Kong. Very revolutionary film for the day. As you can see, the museum is spared no expense. Shall we take a look? Yeah, why not? I'm curious. I can't see shit. Well, you didn't open the curtain, right? It's about to start. Don't be impatient. Oh, is this a movie? I am not pressing escape to skip this. Okay. Oh, we got an achievement for that. A dimensional breach to the unspeakable Lodi, New Jersey, 2026 cosmic horror. Yes, indeed. It could happen at any point. What did you think? Magnificent special effects. All right. Let's go to the next room. This room will be, oh boy. Yeah, that looks like Mr. Marsh, who we will need to also visit as well. The strange green man. This room is dedicated to the enigmatic town of Innsmouth. Its characteristic secrecy has not been an obstacle for the Arkham Museum of the Unusual to provide you with all the information about it. The museum would like to thank Zadok Allen for his collaboration in the making of this room. Okay, that's a cool spear, but it's not a hot spot. The Devil's Reef. Located 1.5 miles from Innsmouth Harbor, it is, or rather was, the place where Captain Obed Marsh, a Marsh guy, hid the strange creatures he brought with him from the South Seas in its caves. Thanks to an eyewitness account, the federal government took action and torpedoed the base of the reef with submarines, putting an end to the bloody alliance between the creatures and the inhabitants of Innsmouth. However, it is said that the network of caves on the islet extends to the abyssal depths and that those beings are still there. Alright, we got a portrait here, we got a newspaper clipping. Save this for last. Is Obed? Yeah, that's Obed. Captain Obed Marsh. In the middle of the last century, Innsmouth was going through a crisis that reduced all its fishing activity and plunged its inhabitants into absolute poverty. On one of the uncharted voyages to the South Seas, he discovered a small village on one of the islands where strange amphibious creatures were worshipped, offering gold and abundant fish in exchange for human sacrifices. Marsh brought those creatures with him and hid them in the Devil's Reef, which you can see on the left. The town flourished again in its golden years, and the inhabitants of Innsmouth embraced the claims and beliefs of those beings and even mixed their blood. Those who opposed this diabolical alliance were purged, leaving the town inhabited only by those akin to the creatures and their strange offspring. You may have seen other portraits of the captain with a more, shall we say, conventional appearance. But this is his true countenance, the result of his close relationship with those creatures of the underworld, at least in the last years of his life. Okay. There you have a news item from the Arkham Advertiser of February 1928. It recounts the secret investigation that federal government agents carried out in Innsmouth. Raids and arrests were carried out, and numerous houses and factories were blown up. Jeez Louise. The article also mentions that most of those arrested ended up in prison or concentration camps. Weeks after this news broke, it became known that many of them had escaped from these facilities. Okay. We got a tablet, we got a painting. The inhabitants of Innsmouth profess no orthodox religion. Their god is Cthulhu, whose representation you can see in the central part of the room, and their church is the esoteric order of Dagon. This ancient tablet, with its carved emblem, was found among the ruins of the old Masonic Lodge in New Church Green, where the order was installed. Okay. The current inhabitants of Innsmouth, descendants of the blasphemous hybridization between species, undergo a metamorphosis throughout their lives. It's not so noticeable in the young, but it is in those of advanced age. Once they reach middle age, their appearance resembles that of the creatures found by Obed Marsh. They feel the call of the sea. And they begin a new and immortal life dedicated to the worship of their god, the great primeval god Cthulhu. Okay, we got a wax figure, and there's Cthulhu right there. The great old one, Cthulhu. This cosmic entity is secretly worshipped by the vast majority of Innsmouth's inhabitants. It is said to lie dreaming in a sunken city of Relea, waiting for the day when it will be free to reign over the earth once more. You're looking at a replica, by the way. Okay, so this is where we can go see Benjamin Marsh, and we know where he is, so that will be our next stop. Until recently, we exhibited the original found during the Innsmouth raids. A minor incident deprived us of it. Yes, we know that. We hope to show it to the public again someday. It is forbidden to touch the exhibit, sir. Hey, buddy. Anything I can distract you with? I think I probably need to switch this one for the real one, if I am to get this from Benjamin Marsh. Hey, you want to talk about our Lord and Savior? No. Okay. Have you ever been to Innsmouth? No. Dunwich or Ipswich is the furthest I've ever been from Arkham. The city holds me prisoner. Okay. Hey, Horace. Okay. I wonder what I do. What if there's something I can do to distract him? So the room of the other worlds is the next room. Maybe I just go to the next room. There's not really anything obvious. It's a wax figure. If I were to heat it up, then it's useless to all of us. All right. Hey, I'm sane. Nope. All right. This is probably simpler than I'm making it out to be. That room is exclusively housed the infamous painting, The Face of Madness by Francis Hold. Why isn't it in the first room with the others? The museum had to relocate the piece because what? Let's go inside and I'll explain. It's a fascinating story. If your girlfriend or wife hits you with the "Would you still love me if I became a..." Yeah, I think that's a deal breaker for me, man. I think like I don't get the whole the mixing of the blood thing. I mean, maybe they're anthropomorphic fish. But even then, you'll see how Benjamin Marsh looks if you don't remember, or if you haven't seen him. He's very strange looking. So yeah, that would probably be a deal breaker for me, Squatch. Well, oh wait, there we go. There. Let's just bring the chat over up here again because I clicked wrong. And there we go. Okay. Come with me. Wait, take the thing. Take the thing. Take the thing. Aw, man. Francis Hold was a promising German painter whose interest in the dark arts became an obsession. Oh, this is going to be a pretty surprising reveal, I can tell. There's a curtain. Concerned about the young man's mental health, his family committed him to an asylum where he spent the rest of his life. It is known from his writings that he continued his studies in arcane magic there. The painting behind this curtain The Faces of Madness is the result of merging that magic with his art. Why Hold did this is unknown. What is known for certain is that viewing this painting can affect the observer. In what way? Paranoia, depression, anger. Each person reacts differently when exposed to the painting. We were convinced that the stories about this work were mere exaggerations, but when we showed it to the public, we realized that everything that was said was true. I'm intrigued. Can we see it? Management has decided not to exhibit it until further notice. Oh yes, of course. We've had some problems with some visitors. We're not just visitors. Pull back the curtain and let's see it. We won't tell anyone. I'm not authorized to do so, sir. I don't even have the piece to activate the mechanism that involves the curtain. But we do. We have a crank. I was curious about this story. Okay, well. Faces of Madness, Francis Hold, 1876. Curious to see that painting. Well, we will, I'm pretty sure. So this painting affects each viewer differently. I can assure you of that personally, sir. In my case, I would say that the effect it has on me is similar to hypnosis. Oh, we can hypnotize him. It's as if the painting were calling to me and wouldn't let me look away. It's hard to explain. Well, we've got a crank. Let's click first here. The mechanism is missing a piece. Well, there we go. Fits perfectly. Oh boy. What? You can't. Oh. It's hypnotic, don't you think? You can explore the museum at your leisure. I'll be right with you. Weren't you tired of this guy? A little, yes. Let's go. Yes, let's take this thing. Yoink. There we go. Are we really going to steal from a museum? Yes. Yes. We need it. I don't know what you're talking about. I just saw it. I don't know what you saw. But you. Oh, I see. That's right. Harvey's a little slow on the uptake when it comes to being, I guess, what would it be? Harvey's more of a lawful good kind of guy. We're more of a chaotic good kind of guy. Terrifying. And yet he's not affected. Have you noticed those lines? They seem to be moving, don't they? Yeah, let's peace outside. Really, really well done graphics. Very well done game so far. Very entertaining. I'm really glad that I just sort of stumbled on this developer, and I mean there are many more Lovecraftian style games I'm considering maybe playing in a series once this is done. We'll see. Anyway, let's not tell this fellow that we stole his replica. Now let's go see Benjamin Marsh. Well, there's Benjamin. Don't you have anything better to do than come here? Mr. Marsh. There we go. There's a mug only a mother can love. What happened at the Arkham Museum of the Unusual? police taking a stand against anyone who is different from them. So you claim you're the top hand in symbology. I am. I've been studying occult symbology all my life. I've had access to books and documents that other scholars would kill for. I think you're bluffing. I don't. You're nothing more than a simple antique dealer. I don't think this fellow can help us, Harvey. I know what you're trying to... Oh, reverse psychology. I get it. I know what you're trying to do, detective, but that's not going to work on me. Okay. Well, we'll be back. Hope you don't come back. See this? Oh, is this Obed? Yep, that's Obed. Great expeditionary, the man behind his most fat years, but he looks like an old man. Shouldn't he be, shouldn't he have changed by now? Word is he was the founder of the Esoteric Order of Dagon. Is that true? You know nothing of Captain Marsh or what went on in Innsmouth, nor do you have the right to know. Okay, we got furniture. Have you thought about cleaning them? We give you extra bucks for that. They're not for sale, right? Okay, I think we learned that. Hallway. Hey, you got no right to go in there. Sorry, I'm a detective. Professional habit. I don't like snoops, understand? Okay, so what do we do with this replica? So we could try giving it to him. A replica of the original figure used by the Esoteric Order of Dagon in the rituals. There you go. I figure this belongs to your people. Are you serious? What you're holding is a crude forgery. But that blats me away if you don't want to insult my intelligence. Well, dang it. Try to trick Benjamin Marsh, right? So how do we chisel it? Do we give it to our occult expert here? Oh boy. Okay, I think I'm skipping through because I believe I've clicked through this before. So what do I do? I know this says don't touch anything. Okay, yeah. I think he needs to be distracted. This guy's a pain in the butt. Psst. Your friend isn't being cooperative at all. Indeed, we should try to gain his trust. I don't know. I'm getting more and more tempted to slap him around a bit. What are you mumbling about? Okay, was that a tacit little hint there? Let's just go with this. Put that away. You have no idea what you're dealing with, do you? They mentioned where the original is located? Really? Do tell. What do you remember, Kevin? I assumed it would just be with Benjamin Marsh because he stole it. And stabbed a dude in the eye and didn't get a oh right. Never mind. I know where it is. You're right. I completely forgot. Thank you, Kevin. Yep, the evidence room. Yeah, I totally, that was a brain fart. That was on me. Arkham Police Station, evidence room. And we can use the replica to fool the person in the evidence room. So when we try to see it, we then replace it with the replica, and then we have the real one. It's all clear now. So thank you, Kevin. Oh, whoops. This is our friend Harvey's office. Let's try evidence, where I should have gone before, but I didn't read the buttons. Okay. Drinking fountain, evidence storage room. There we go. Now we gotta fill out that form, or maybe talk to him first. What do you know about a figure that was seized from a museum? Oh yes, we have it here. Some Innsmouth fella used to gouge the museum owner's eye. They're savages, those inbred yokels, huh? Strangely enough, the guy didn't press charges. You know what? If it were up to me, I'd send all that rabble back to the godforsaken town they should never have left. We've got enough problems in Arkham without having to put up with those toad faces. Can I see that figure? You can't. It's not your case, Foster. I know it's not my case, but that figure is related to our investigation. You can file to examine it. Just fill it out and get it stamped by the department. Cut the red tape, will ya? I don't make the rules, sorry. Just a quick look, that's all. They'd throw me out on the street if they found out. What am I supposed to do at 48 with no job? Starve on the street like everyone else? No thanks. Don't insist, Jack. Wilbur would risk his job if he agreed to your request. See? Thanks, Whitman. Whose side are you on? Do you want the application or not? Yes, I have no choice. Wait here. How about you button it for a minute? We're police officers. We have to follow the rules. Here you go. Alright, so we've got a form. Oh, I filled it out for you. How thoughtful. Get the official Arkham PD seal on it, then you can examine the piece. You know what? I think this might have a seal on it. Maybe. The stamp that certifies me mentally fit for duty is dripping with ink. It'll take a while to dry. There we go. So if I get a stamp, then I can use that ink to then put it on this form, give it to him, and then I can switcheroo with the replica. And I know exactly where to go, I think. A quest to examine the figure that was used as a weapon in the altercation between the figure that was used. Oh yeah, I guess the figure impaled his eye between Benjamin Marsh and Robert Finlay. All right, well I know where to go. I think we'll go see our boss, or at least we'll go into his room, his office. Hopefully he will have the stamp there. Captain's not around, his office is locked up tight. So then, okay, well there goes that idea. Let's go back to evidence, see if our friend knows anything more. Now what's this? Ah, maybe we register this as evidence? Need help? Why? So, yeah, that doesn't really make sense right now. How does this work? You bring me some evidence, fill out the delivery form, and I log it, like I've always done. Right, well, this is already filled out. So who do I give it to? Think the stamp hasn't dried yet. If I line up the two documents carefully, oh, there we go. Maybe, yep. That's all we had to do. It worked. What worked? Yeah. Probably should have done that in another room. Anyway, here you go, Jack. What? Get over here. What's going on? I saw what you did with that. Yeah, okay. Clever, huh? That's illegal. You cannot do such things. Look, Harvey, more than half the cops in this precinct are crooked. Hell, I bet my badge the captain's dirty too. What I did was a little trick. I wouldn't have done it if you'd kept your mouth shut while I was trying to convince Wilbur. So stay off my back, got it? Jesus. Here you go. An application stamped by the captain. Can I see the damn figurine now? Everything seems to be in order. Wait a minute. Why is the seal reversed? Don't look at me. Take it up with the captain. Give it to me. Wait here, I'll go get it. I'm glad that they addressed that. What? I cannot condone your method, but I can see it was effective. Get used to it. God, this thing weighs a ton. What's this made of? I haven't the faintest idea. Something mighty strange. Like the figure itself. Gives you the creeps, huh? I feel like getting rid of it for Malone's sake. He's been acting weird since the thing's been here. What's wrong? He's grown obsessed with this aberration, to the point of having dreams that they're eating away at his sanity. He dreams of vast cyclopean cities, of massive stone blocks and kilometer-long monoliths covered in hieroglyphics. Every morning he wakes up shaken when he hears a voice from the depths of those cities. What does that voice say? Nonsensical gibberish, something like Cthulhu. Oh yeah, of course. Ftagan. I recognize that one. Alright, so now, anyway, take your time with it. But remember, you can't take it out of this room, understood? Well, let's help you with your sanity problem. Here you go. Are you done? Yeah, all yours. Wait a minute, why is it so light now? Oh, jeez. I put it on a workout plan. What? You said it was a strange figurine, didn't you? Strange as they come. Damn the day this thing showed up. Et voila. Voila. It's French. I'm aware. Alright, so now we got the real deal. A figure of an anthropoid creature with a cephalopod face, enormous claws, and a pair of long, narrow wings on its back. Alrighty, so we've got the real deal now. Let's go back to Mr. Marsh, see if we can't impress him. Hey, Mr. Marsh. Does your shift never end? Hey, Mr. Marsh. Were you looking for this? I think I did that well. Give it to me. It belongs to my people. Not so fast, pal. You'll get it, don't worry. I've no intention of decorating my apartment with this nightmare. But first, it would be nice if you shared your knowledge of symbology with us. Alright. I'll tell you what I know, but I don't want to see you around here again. Works for me. Harvey? Let's take a peek. I think it's very similar to the protection spells in Count d'Arlet's book, Cult des Goules. Indeed it is, it's a protection spell, conjured to protect the legacy of Ayeb. The legacy of Ayeb? What the hell's that? A bunch of self-righteous people who believed they were divinely tasked with saving humanity. Enlightened, huh? Morons. Save humanity from what? What they consider to be the forces of evil. What do they mean by the forces of evil? I don't know, ask them. What do you understand by the forces of evil? The Arkham police. Oh, give me a break. They got enemies? Who, those people? They were legion when they founded the organization in Urbian times. Nowadays, I doubt anyone remembers them. I guess there's a guy out there with a good memory. The one with the symbol tattooed on his back had his head ripped off. Yep. Where can we find them? As far as we know, they're still around. Any idea where we can find them? I thought they were extinct until recently myself. There's a guy at Miskatonic University, a certain Thackeray. He has his symbol tattooed on the back of his wrist. We should talk to him, Harvey. You're gonna have a hard time talking to that guy. What's that supposed to mean? He's the manager of the university's Forbidden Books library. He hardly ever leaves that place, and I could even swear he lives there. What's the harm in talking to this bookworm? Mr. Marsh is right, Jack. It's very difficult to access that library. So we flash the badge. There's no better key than that. That won't do you any good. Why? In 1917, the university and the government reached an agreement to restrict access to that section. Neither police nor judges have the authority to access it. He's right, Detective. But if you saw that Thackeray guy, it means you got in. How'd you do it? I spent about 10 years in a bureaucratic maze until I got it. Okay, you can go in, sneak us through. I'm banned. I wanted to consult some volumes I couldn't access with my credentials. I insisted, they kicked me out. I'm wondering why you didn't stab one of them in the eye. Sure know how to make friends. Any questions, Harvey? These warding spells, do they work? Yes, if you know how to cast them. It's just not enough to draw them on any surface. It requires knowledge that has unfortunately faded over the course of history. If you have no more questions, I think we're done. A promise is a promise. And now, if you'd be so kind. Thank you for your cooperation, Mr. Marsh. Arkham PD appreciates your help. Yeah, well, now scram. Flingui Mlomnoff Cthulhu Relaya Wagnasol Patan Flingui Mlomnoff Cthulhu Relaya Oh boy. All right, we know that Stiff belonged to the so-called Iab legacy, but we don't have a name. The guy from Miskatonic, Thackeray. He has the same tattoo as our man, but has it on his wrist. Thackeray, yeah. Might as well tell us who the Vic was, and with any luck, why someone would have that butchered him. Why someone would butcher him like? Why someone would butcher him like that? Yeah, I tried my best. What can I say? Yeah. You know what? I don't want to summon anything, but I'm relying on my terrible pronunciation to save me. Oh boy, I repeat that twice. First, we'll have access to the Forbidden Books library at Miskatonic University. Once tried to find out how to consult those books. As Marsh said, it's a bureaucratic maze that take years to get through. We'll go anyway. We'll think it's something. All right, maybe there's the library, but I think there's another place or maybe there's the ladder. But I think there's another place I remember where a ladder was. I'm going to check that place first. I want to summon one of the old gods. That would be an interesting experience. All right, we got Miskatonic University here, but first, oh, where was that? Marsh Antiques, Psychiatrist, no. It's not the museum unusual. Hoffman Street, maybe? No. Ah, there we go. Father Iwaniki. Lawrence? Yeah, we know everything we need to know from him. Let's see. So if that's not it, I mean, Miskatonic University is the obvious choice to go. Yep. So we will go there. Let's find this Thackeray guy. Someone has murdered one of their own. I hope he can shed some light on why. And if we're lucky, ooh. Okay, and we got, where's Harvey? What college did you go to, Jack? None. But I've been to this one many times. Most of the repressed, spoiled brats who grew up believing they have every right to do whatever they want. Okay, and we got Miskatonic University here. I see a lot of activity. I thought this place would be deserted at this hour. During exam season, the center is open late so students can use the library. I think it also offers night classes. Alright, good statue. Miskatonic University honors Jeremiah Orn for his significant contribution to the institution. Okay, is that it? This is the hallway the librarian pointed out to us. There must be a metal door around here that leads to the Forbidden Books library. Let's look for it then. Alright, we got some hot spots. Alright. Well, thank you for coming, Squatch. I really appreciate you stopping by. Have a good night. Some students are complaining that tuition fees are going up next year. They say that with this recession, their families won't be able to afford it. My father says if someone can't afford something, it's because they haven't worked hard enough. Emerson wanted me to flunk on last week's exam. I had to remind him who my father was. The board has shot down Maynard's proposal to open this university to black students. They should expel him for proposing such madness. No, I'm not going to support the student strike. I'm not affected by what they're demanding. Besides, they're giving the university a bad name. They're students, not dirty dock workers from the port of Arkham. Of course, I'm against athletic scholarships. This place is filling up with brainless people whose only purpose in life is to throw a ball as far as they can. Roosevelt is a softie. We need a strong hand. Like the newly appointed German chancellor. Oh boy, maybe not. Some students are complaining that, okay, so we've what about you? All right. So we got a plaque. Ferdinand C. Ashley, professor of ancient history. No one's answering. Ex ignorantia ad sapientiam. I think I recognize a little bit of some of these words, maybe, just because English and Latin are pretty intertwined. Ex luce ad tenebras. From ignorance to wisdom. From light to darkness. From light to darkness. Interesting pairing there. Let's find the Thackeray guy. Hey, student. Seems to be concentrating, don't want to disturb him. Okay. Looks like this is it. How strange, doesn't have a handle. No lock either. What is this? I think it's the lock that works with punch cards. What? I've seen them before. There's one in the courthouse. In the archives, if I recall correctly. Insert a card with a series of perforations that act as a key, and the door opens. It's a good security system. You can change the lock settings as you wish, and the previous one becomes invalid. Can I help you, gentlemen? Arkham PD, we're looking for Thackeray. Yes, Professor Alan Thackeray. He's in the Forbidden Books library. Behind that door? Yes. Do you have access to this library? Indeed. Well, if you'd be so kind as to open it. I'm sorry I can't oblige. This is a restricted area. As I said, we're with the police. Detectives Foster and Whitman. You are? I'm Professor Ashley. Well, Professor Ashley, you're obstructing a police investigation. I suppose you're not aware, but the U.S. government endorses our management of the library's access. We can deny entry to Franklin D. Roosevelt himself. If you wish to speak with Professor Thackeray, you can wait for him to come out. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have things to do. I'll be in my office if you need anything else. Yes, we probably need to talk to him. Yeah, poor Walter Gilman sleeping in the witch house. Go ahead. Ah, it's you. When I said I'd be in my office if you needed anything else, that was mere courtesy. I I see you took it literally. What a jerk, huh? Looks like a study of an Aztec pyramid. Mayan. Same thing. It's from a 1931 exhibition. Dinosaurs, the first inhabitants. There are cataloged stones and pottery shards. Were they found on American or European soil? If you're that interested, wait until next month. I'll be exhibiting most of these pieces at the Arkham Museum of Ancient History. Have you ever been to a museum, detective? Yes, a few hours ago. The Arkham Museum of the Unusual. Good Lord. Egyptian? I'm on my break, detective. You can't expect me to give you a free history lesson. If you do something well, you don't do it free. Shelf. There's a lot of ancient gadgetry in here. This must be worth a pretty penny, huh? Is there something you want, detective? Or are you just going to waste my time with superficial observations? Alright. This must weigh a ton. Must have been quite an odyssey to get it here. That's one of the most important artifacts of ancient Egypt. And that's all you have to say? Punch card. So this must be one of those punch cards. Can I take a look at it? I expect this is the closest you'll ever get to cutting edge technology. Admire it, but don't handle it. And don't even think about taking it out of this room. Oh boy. Am I gonna have to write this down? I think I know what this punch is gonna be for. In fact, I think I know exactly what I need to do now. What are you talking about for no reason? Here, put it here. Okay. Hey! Part of do not handle the card, didn't you understand? Please put it back where it was. No, I need to... Hey, distract him. Do me a favor. When you see me approaching the card, distract Professor Ashley. What should I say? People like him are full of themselves. They only listen when you butter them up. Be creative. All right. Professor? Yes? I've never seen a collection as magnificent as this one. Right? Let me tell you how I got all these pieces. Alright, so now we just do this and this. Fits perfectly, and then we do this, this. I already have a perfect copy of the punch card. And there we go. Thanks for the chat. I have a copy of the punch card. How'd you get it? Magic. Let's go in. Son of a... Another door? Swear if they don't open up, I'll blast it to hell with dynamite. Well, there's our ladder. Who are you? How'd you get in here? Detectives Foster and Whitman, Arkham PD. Are you Professor Thackeray? No. Alright, go get him. We need to talk. Professor Thackeray is currently translating Friedrich Wilhelm von Junz's Die Unersprechlichen Kulten. It's a delicate task. Any distraction could lead to serious problems you can't begin to comprehend. I'm sorry, but he cannot be disturbed. We're Arkham PD, pal. drag that guy over here if you don't want to get yourself and him into trouble. Go away. You shouldn't even be here. Hey, you see that? This can't stand. What are you gonna do? Get through that door? She's dead. She's dead, Jim. Disturbing. It's a Goya. I don't know much about art. You take me past. You take me past of chick young and I'm lost. Okay, I'm not sure if that was a sentence, but that was what was on the screen. Numeric panel. What is this? Looks like a numeric control panel to open the door with a code. Another piece of the university's fantasy gadgetry, huh? Let's try it. 666? Okay, it's 4. Damn it. The code is 4 digits, total of 10,000 different combinations. 1 in 10,000, huh? Maybe they left the code written down around here. Maybe on the potted plant. Who'd be stupid enough to install a system like this and leave the code in plain sight? Don't underestimate human stupidity, partner. That is true. Looks like someone fixed that lamp and left the ladder here. We're taking it with us, Harvey. How are you going to carry it? Well, obviously put it in our pants. I think actually there's at least one adventure game where I don't think it was Guybrush, I think, but somebody put a ladder in. Oh, Space Quest 3. It's been done before. There's precedent. Like this, look. Yep, see, adventure game logic. Harvey's tacit approval. I like that. You're like head-butting that door open. There's nothing here. Is there any other hot spot? Because if not, we've got the ladder. We've set ourselves up very nicely to go to the monolith and get what needs to get done. Basically done. We have everything we need, I think, for the monolith. And it's been about 90 minutes. So, yeah. You know what? I think we will call it here for this week, because we've set ourselves up pretty nicely. And yeah, we'll set up and go to that witch again with the proper material. Well, no, we're going to go towards the monolith, and we'll see if we can convince this cult to let us in and meet witch number, I guess, what was it, 2? And then we'll see where it takes us. But in any case, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next Sunday, 8 p.m. Or you can watch the VODs. Thank you, Kevin, and thank you for your hint, by the way. That was you caught me there, and that was real helpful as always. So yeah. Save again just to make sure, but in any case, thank you all for coming, and I will see you on later. You'll have a nice week. Bye-bye.